Alright guys, shopping at Walmart, came upon these ribeye chops. Pork loin, boneless ribeye chops. And man, they look good. Look at the fat. Look at the striations of fat. And yes, they were on sale. Look at the striations of fat in that thing. So, I'm gonna see what I can come up with. We got a lot of stuff going on here. We got some flour, grapeseed oil, salt and pepper mixed with a little Grill party dust and a few other things. And we got some good chopped up vegetables right here, man. So, and this is our pan. First thing first. This is like campfire cooking, man. We don't have it's impromptu. We don't have no real thought process on where we're going with it. We just know it's gonna be some good stuff. All right, I just took them inside and washed them off, so let's season them up. Mixture of salt and pepper, Grill party dust. We didn't put any kind of oil or anything on them. We just add some oil to our pan. We just rinsed them off. These don't have a lot of fat on them. I mean, this is a part of the pork loin. It says ribeye chops, but at the end of the day, it's still pork loin. It's not that fatty. So we season up with a combination of salt, pepper, and a little bit of Grill party dust. Good to go. Stay tuned. All right, first thing first. I'm gonna spray it down with a little pan cooking spray. Again, these are ribeye chops. Loin meat. They don't have a lot of fat on them. Now let's go on with them. A quick sear on both sides. And when I mean quick, I mean very quick. They're not gonna be on here no more than probably a minute and a half on each side. Our goal is not to cook them completely on the grates, but just to pick up that good charcoal flavor. See if we can get a close-up on that. They look beautiful. They smell good. Y'all stay tuned. All right, they've been on there probably about a minute and a half. Again, we're not looking for sear marks. We're not looking for anything. We just want to pick up some charcoal flavors. Let's go ahead and flip them over. All right, these chops have been on here total about 3 minutes total, minute and a half on each side. So we're taking them off. This is just the beginning. Looking good, got a little caramelization. We don't need much though. So let's take them off. Ooh, man, we had one that fell in. Don't you hate that? Damn, hot. We had one that fell in the grill, but you know what? We're not giving that. All right, our pan is heating up real nice. The butter and the combination of grapeseed oil is really good. So let's go in a little bit of flour. And I'm not measuring. I'm eyeballing it. I've done so many gravies, I pretty much know what I'm gonna need. That's probably about, I don't know, that's probably like less than a cup. And you gotta mix it in, folks. And we're not looking for a very thick gravy. We're looking for more of something on a little more on the thinner side. And it's just like, basically what we're doing is making a roux right here on the grill. Man, it's the summertime. If you campfire cooking, you could do this right there on the grill on the side of the road, camping or whatever, man. As long as you got a grill, some good coals, maybe a little bit of firewood or some lump charcoal or whatever, man, you can do this as well. So I'm gonna just let this sit here and brown up and continue to stir it just like you do a roux. And y'all stay tuned. It's gonna be some good stuff coming up. All right, we are probably at about a peanut butter color. So now I'm gonna go in with some I've got a trinity in here, but I've got a few things added to it. So I've got bell peppers, onions, fresh thyme, celery, but I'm also adding mushrooms. So let's go on in. We're just gonna mix them in there. The sugars from the onions, the bell peppers, and even the celery is gonna help to turn this roux even darker. The mushrooms are gonna sweat out a little bit, probably add a little bit of moisture, and that's fine. And at the very end, we're gonna add some garlic. So I'm gonna let these mushrooms and these vegetables sit here for a minute, add some color, break down a little bit, and we'll be right back. Y'all stay tuned. Got to add the garlic. Gotta add some garlic. And if you like me, I like a lot of garlic. The more the merrier. And just let it cook on in there with the rest of the vegetables. All right, so we'll be back in about 3-4 minutes. Stay tuned. All right, guys. Hey, we're cooking outside, as we all know, but whenever you're cooking outside, you gotta always make sure, especially on a charcoal grill, man, you gotta figure out where the wind's coming from. So this wind has kind of been whooping me up a little bit, kind of messing my flame up a little bit and kind of throwing my heat off, but it's all good. So right now, I've cooked these vegetables down for probably about 5 minutes. I'm not trying to cook them all the way through right now. And once you get some of your flour and your roux sticking at the bottom, to me, that's a good indication when it's time to go in with some bay leaves and some chicken stock. You can use low sodium chicken stock or any kind of chicken stock you want to use. This is just regular chicken stock right here. I'm not gonna put it all in. I'm gonna mix it in and then whip. Because what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to break up all of the lumps that may have been created once I added the vegetables. And I'm gonna get my fire back up a little bit. I'm gonna let this come together a little bit. Add some more. And once I get my fire up and get this going a little bit, get this simmering a little bit, then it'll tell me if I need to continue on. Because my pork chops have moisture in them as well. Because remember, I didn't cook them all the way through. So they're gonna put off a little bit of moisture too, also, so you don't wanna dilute this too much. All right, we're gonna let that come up to a simmer. Stay tuned. All right, it's starting to bubble a little bit. We're gonna stir it up a little bit. It's not thick. It's still real loose. I think I've added enough chicken stock. So what I'm gonna do at this point, I'm gonna taste it. I just wanna see what the salt level's like. You gotta taste your food, people. Man, the salt is actually really good. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add a little bit of my Our Grill Party dust, just a smidget. Just to add another depth of flavor and to also add a little bit more color. Work that in. And I don't know if you can see it, but it's changed the color a little bit. Give it just made it a little bit darker. All right. Now we're going back on with the pork chops. The ribeye chops. We didn't cook these all the way. We just seared them off probably about 1.5 minutes on each side. We just really wanted to get that good charcoal flavor. Because that good charcoal flavor is what's going to mix up with this beautiful gravy, man, and give us some good flavor. Any kind of drippings, take them and put them right back in the pan. And so I'm gonna let this sit uncovered. Once it starts to simmer again, which you can see it's already starting to do, then I don't know, I may put a foil on it. I may just put the lid on it. We'll see. I can't regulate this oven this outdoor grill too much, so I may have to just go with foil. Y'all stay tuned. All right, it's starting to simmer up a little bit. So all I'm gonna do is move it over. All my heat is right here. I don't know if you can see it's right there. Let's see if I can lean this camera out a little bit. That's my heat source down there. So I'm gonna move it over a little bit and I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it up. I don't wanna lose my moisture. Just a loose wrap. Shiny side of the foil up so we can gather the heat. And there we go. I'm gonna put the lid back on. I'm actually gonna choke it off just a little bit so the fire's not too hot. And we'll be back in a minute. Y'all stay tuned. I wish y'all could smell that. It smells so good. It's probably been about 10 minutes. I'm only out here just to rotate the pan around. I don't want the heat to be on one side. All my heat is right here. So I'm basically just gonna rotate it. You can already see the steam coming up. And cover it back up. Try to choke it off as much as I can, because again, I don't want a hot fire. I just want it to. All right, we're about 20 minutes in. I'm gonna check it real quick. I just want to check to make sure nothing is burning and that we don't need to add any more liquid. Ooh-wee. Man, look at that. Look at that. Let me get this out of the way. Look at that. Ooh-wee. I don't know if y'all can see this real good. Let me get the camera and bring it up to you a little bit. Man, if y'all could smell that. Look at that. Man, that is straight goodness right there. Straight pure D goodness. Let me get this camera right. You got to feel me on this. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that gravy. And it's gonna thicken up. It's just hot right now. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna leave the top off. They're tender. I could fork, I could spoon right through them. They're super tender. So I'm gonna put the lid back on. So I'm gonna throw a piece of apple wood in there. I'm not gonna cover them anymore. Foil's off. I'm gonna put the apple wood in there. I'm gonna choke it off. All I want now is that juice, that gravy, to pick up some of this apple smoke. Stay tuned. Open it all the way up. Be back in 10. Man, stay tuned. When I tell y'all this smells so good, I tell no lies. I mean, look at that. Man. When I tell you this smells so good, this smells so good. We got to get a close-up on this. This right here, my goodness, man. I put a piece of apple wood in there and choked it off a little bit. I just wanted to get an essence of smoke on these chops. I covered them up for about 25 minutes. They're good and tender. But man, I tasted it. They taste phenomenal, man. As you can see, the gravy starting to thicken up just a little bit. It's morning time. I went and put a pot of grits on, man. I'm gonna smother these. I'm gonna put me a pot of grits on. I'm gonna throw a few of these on top of me some grits. Smother me some grits out. But man, y'all gotta see that. All right, man. I had to go in there and make me a pot of grits. So we got the grits ready. The pork chops look freaking amazing. Let's go ahead and plate up. Look at that. I just want to show y'all again. And I've been letting it reduce. So let's get some grits. And we don't need that many grits. Just enough. We're gonna take one of this one right here. Take a little bit of that au jus. Look at that. Beautiful. Y'all stay tuned. All right, y'all. I couldn't stop there. I make tomato relish, and I have a little bit left over from last night's dinner. So what I'm gonna do is take a little bit of that tomato relish and put it right there on top. That, my friends, is some good damn eating. Let's taste it. All right, guys, I want to thank y'all for joining me today. This was some beautiful pork that we did. Smoked over some applewood smoke, finished off in a beautiful gravy right here on the grill, man. Campfire cooking, man, right on the side of the road if you happen to be out camping. And I'll tell you what, man, if you could taste that au jus and that gravy with that applewood smoke in there, it is fantastic. So as always, we got to give it a try. Look at that. That's good stuff. My God, man. Damn fish and grits and shrimp and grits. Get you some ribeye pork chops. make a little gravy, and I'm telling you, that's some good eating right there, man. So as always, I want to thank y'all for joining me today. Let's buy good food.